Good morning, ladies, and welcome to another faith-based weight loss podcast training. So excited to be with you. We are going to have a great time together today. I am Diana Sahakian, if you have never met me and you're new, and I am the founder of the faith-based weight loss community and the Stay Fit for Life 5-Principle Method program that sponsors this group. And I work with clients to help them lose weight and grow in faith, health, and wellness. And so that is our goal. Every time we gather, we want you to achieve a sustainable lifestyle, and we want you to move from stuck to unstoppable and exhausted to energized. So we are so glad you are here. Today, our topic is about 3 steps to shrink your belly fat. And so if this is something you struggle with, you are in the right place. And in a minute, we'll get to that. So if you are listening to this on a podcast platform and you are not part of the Stay Fit faith-based weight loss Facebook community, then I want to ask you to come over and join us, and you can be involved, engaged with an amazing community that is going to help you grow. So let's dive in. We have an awesome training today. And again, I want to, before we start, give a shout out for all the ladies. We had about 65 ladies participate in our 5-day daily 5 routine challenge last week, and so much feedback from women losing 2 to 3 pounds, to having more energy, to feeling more focused, to having less fog, less stress, better ability to have control of their days. And that is why we do these challenges. We want you to get a taste of what it's like, how your life would be different if you could really get to that next step. And remember, ladies, don't beat yourself up if you're struggling to do it alone, because you can't do it alone. Lasting change requires community. That is biblical, my friends. God's word teaches us about the value of community, and then lasting change might require you to invest in coaching. So our free group will give you lots of free resources. Take advantage of them. If you cannot go into coaching status as a client, you always are invited to be participating in the free group. A lot of you ask me that because you tell me you can't afford to invest in your health. Should we stay in the free group? Absolutely. We are here to serve you. We know you're going to get better results if you invest in your health and get the community of clients and coaching that you need, because that's the best way to get lasting change. And that's what we're all about here. We are not a diet. We don't do diets. We don't believe in diets. We want to be transformed. We want to transform our thinking. We want to transform our feeling, and we want to transform our living. So if that's what you want and you are ready to take it to the next level, then always message me. I'm here for you. My assistant coach, Lisa, is here for you. And the changes we see in our clients are what make what we do so incredible. Our women are being transformed. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity to serve every one of you. I really believe God brings each one of you here. Be involved in this community. The more involved you are, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And participate, comment, engage. This helps us know how to better serve you. So don't stalk this group. Make yourself known. You will meet people, become friends, and get a so much richer experience from your time here. So today, if you want to shrink your belly fat, comment belly fat so I know you are again in the right place. Now, let's see. So we're going to talk about 3 simple things today that you can do to get rid of your belly fats. You're going to learn, number 1, a little bit about the science of belly fat. It's important to understand some basic things. Then I'm going to talk about the 3 steps. So first the science, then the steps, and then I'm going to tell you about a special opportunity that can be very important to get you started. So I want you to stay around to the end, because at the end of the training today, I'm going to tell you about a special opportunity that might be just the right next step for you. Again, this is for you if you are struggling to lose weight and get rid of belly fat. If you are going through any stage of menopause and looking to shrink your belly fat and improve your health, or you're in the tweaking phases of losing belly fat. Some of you might not need to lose a lot of weight, but it's that darn belly fat you can't get rid of. We're going to help you with that today. Now, in early March, I made this post and said, which is harder for you, more health issues or more belly fat? And so many of you said more belly fat, that more you have more of a problem with belly fat. So a lot of women in middle age are struggling with belly fat. It is real. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story because I think it helps you relate and understand that I can relate with you. So some of you had a really flat belly when you were younger. I was not one of those people. I never had a flat belly. That's just the anatomy I inherited. My tummy was always the least strong. I have really good calves, and that's kind of my thing. My muscles and my calves make me look really strong, but my belly was never flat. But here's the thing I want to tell you. The good news, I'm 48, almost 49, and my belly is shrinking. It is not growing, and it is shrinking, and I have goals about it shrinking. And so while I might never have the most flat belly, the good news I can tell you is if you're in middle age, if you're in any stage of menopause, your belly needs to be shrinking, not growing. And that is what I'm telling you about me today. Now, if I tell you a little bit more about me, when I started my physical therapy, brick and mortar wellness, physical therapy and wellness clinic, felt God leading me to call it Stay Fit. And I was like, God, why would you want me to call this clinic Stay Fit? For all my life, I have struggled with fitness. And it was exactly the point that God wanted me to know it wasn't me. God is glorified in our weaknesses. And so I'm teaching you on shrinking your belly fat. And some coaches have the super flat six-pack tummy. That is not me. But here's the thing. As I told you, I am becoming healthier, stronger in the face of health struggles, so many challenges that I've talked about in so many other of my trainings. I've told you about when I was in the first Pilates class, I had chronic back pain, weak core, flabby belly. Patients would ask me if I was pregnant. I couldn't wear certain shirts. If you can relate to any of what I'm saying, please drop relate, because I like to know that I'm not the only one who struggled. I remember after having my first two kids, I lost my pregnancy weight, but my belly was bad and it just got worse. And patients would ask me if I was pregnant. And I was so paranoid, like what I wore, how it fit, and would they ask me? And certain shirts I could not wear. And finally, my pain was so bad because I had so much back pain. I'd come home from my work as a physical therapist and I was exhausted and my back hurt. And so I went to my first Pilates class for rehab professionals. So I was teaching people like myself, a rehab professional, how to use Pilates to help my patients. And I remember the Pilates instructor asking me, showing us how to do what's called a roll-up in Pilates. And in Pilates, a roll-up is considered a beginner exercise. And I'll never forget the feeling of embarrassment, weakness, hopelessness. I laid on that floor and I could not even tap into the muscles that I needed to get my body into the position this instructor was asking us to do. But what happened next was the best part is she came by me and she encouraged me and she showed me some modifications that I could do to get myself up, like all the other people who seemed to have no trouble with it. Felt like I was the only one, and all my life that was my story. I was just struggled with so many physical challenges. And she said to me, if you practice this, you will flatten your belly. And this, I have taught you guys this in some of my previous training, but sure enough, she was right. And I started flattening my belly. I started getting stronger in my core. In fact, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a training about the core. And if that's something you're excited to learn more about, drop the word core in the comments, whether you're watching live or replay, because I want to make sure that I'm teaching you on topics that are important to you. Having a strong core, can you have that while you have belly fat? So I'm thinking my next training might be on that. And so drop the word core if you feel that this is something you would love to learn about. And I see a lot of cores coming in. So I suspected this would be something you would like. And so I ended up starting to get stronger. And like I told you, at my age and in my season of life, and with all the challenges that I had and have as a menopausal woman, my belly is flatter than it used to be. And that is why I can talk to you about this. And I can encourage you that you don't have to have a perfectly flat belly, but you want a belly that is shrinking. So is your belly shrinking or is it growing? You can put that in the comments if you feel comfortable, because we want to help you learn how to shrink your belly fat. And again, if you can relate to any part of my story, drop relate. I understand the pain of that struggle, real guys. And I finally feel like my belly is flat enough that I don't have these paranoias. I would look at pictures and really self-critique. And so here's the thing, you're not alone in this struggle. This is one of the biggest problems for middle-aged women. And so let's start by talking about the science of belly fat. And here's the profound, I should say, statement. Belly fat is bad. And you can put bad in the comments with a mad face emoji, because belly fat is super bad. It is not. Belly fat is active. It is inflammatory. It is not just dead tissue that hangs. It actually creates inflammation in your body and releases certain proteins that cause inflammation and narrow your blood vessels, that can cause you to have so many diseases and problems. Okay, and so here's the thing. Belly fat is also called visceral fat, just a harder name, and it is deep in your stomach. It wraps around your abdominal organs, and it directly impacts your health, okay? It can affect how your body responds to insulin, which can cause an increase in blood sugar and insulin levels, and it can cause high cholesterol and heart disease. So your belly fat, I've talked about in previous training, you can measure your circumference of your waist. That's how you can determine. And if your belly fat is over 40, you are obese. If it's between 35 and 40, you are overweight. And if it's below 35, then you are in a better standing. But again, you can still be skinny and have belly fat. So belly fat is real for everyone. And it is bad. It is visceral. It is creates more resistance to insulin, which can cause you to have an increase in your blood sugar and insulin levels, which can cause insulin resistance, which is a problem many of you have. And also, as I said, it makes certain proteins that cause inflammation, which can narrow your blood vessels and cause high cholesterol and heart disease. And so when visceral fat builds up around your waist, you are at a higher risk of a heart attack, heart disease, stroke, insulin resistance, diabetes, and even some cancers. Okay. So it, again, it puts you in line of so many bad things. And if you're still, debating if it's bad, can visceral fat make your asthma worse? Again, if your belly is big and your posture is bad, your lungs are collapsed and your breath is going to be challenged. And so, yes, in a very indirect way, I would say, weakness in your core and belly can create postural restrictions for asthma. And so definitely a correlation between belly fat and asthma. Lisa's answering that too. And Lisa, you can put anything. Lisa's my assistant coach, guys, and love having you on here when I'm on. She's not always able to be on. And so love that. And so really important to understand that you can't just be like, a lot of times doctors will tell you this is just how it is for you in mid-age as women. You're just going to get belly fat. You've got to fight belly fat. And so I hope that the little bit of science I gave you helps you really commit to the need to work on shrinking your belly fat. And the goal isn't perfection. We just need to be heading away from a growing belly to a shrinking belly. And I know that's what you want. And so if you're ready for the 3 steps, and here's the thing, ladies, these are not the only 3 steps. These are just the 3 that I want to cover today that I think are really important, and love your involvement, ladies. And so number 1 is move. You have to move your body in a combination of cardio and strength to shrink your belly fat. This is why we highly encourage interval type training of cardio and strength, because you need both to shrink your belly fat. You need cardiovascular workout, and you need strength training, including core strengthening, okay? Now, some of you are ask me and bring up spot reduction. Spot reduction is not very effective in reducing belly fat, but core strengthening is important for many reasons, in addition to somewhat shrinking your belly fat. And I'm going to touch on that in the next couple of weeks when I do that training. But you need to have the best movement to reduce belly fat is a combination of cardio and core, cardio and strength in the format of an interval type workout. And that is going to help you lose weight and shrink your belly fat and benefit from gaining muscle, which is going to help you in reducing belly fat as you incorporate core strength into your workout. Now, all of you are big fans of cardio. Not all of you, many women are used to the idea of doing cardio, heavy cardio, sweating more. If you can relate to that at all, put cardio in the comments. When you think of weight loss, you think of hopping on that elliptical, running, jogging, doing some form of heavy duty cardiovascular to drop your weight and your belly fat. And yes, there is some benefit to that. But if that is all you're doing, and if you're doing that too many days for too long, you are not helping yourself shrink belly fat. So a lot of times you struggle with exercise more, eat less. And when exercise more for you, that means more cardio, more cardio, more cardio, harder, longer, more days. That is actually going to create more belly fat for you. And I talk about that in other trainings. Again, look for them. I'll reach out if you want more trainings on that. You can't just do cardio to get rid of belly fat. You need a combination of cardio and strength. And that strength needs to include core. So drop combo in the comments to show that you understand that in order for you to shrink your belly fat, you need a combination of cardio and strength, and your strength needs to include core workout. And again, this is really important, ladies, that you are doing this 3 to 5 times a week. You don't need to go longer than 30 minutes. So that is what you need to do. And number one step to shrinking your belly fat. Okay, I love it. Lots of combos coming in. And let's move to the number 2. Now, all these 3 steps start with an M. Number 1, move. Number 2, if you're ready, is meals. What do you need to focus on when it comes to your meals and nutrition to shrink your belly fat? 2 things I want to highlight. Number 1, significantly reduce processed foods. Foods that are preserved and processed and packaged are going to be loaded with things that don't help you reduce belly fat. Also, you need to reduce the sugar intake. There is lots of research that links sugar to inflammation, that links sugar to belly fat. Yes, Jackie said protein. We talked tons about protein, but today I want you to focus on cutting out processed and sugar out of your diet. Sugar, not so much from natural sugars of fruits, the way God made them, but sugar in the form of processed foods and desserts that are loaded in sugars, added sugars. You need to become aware of how much sugar do you consume right now. And based on that, there is certain goals that you need to achieve, but the less sugar, your body is not harmed if it has single digit sugar in a day. We run challenges with our clients where they are doing 8 grams of sugar a day for 30 days. And at the end of those challenges, these clients report how amazing they felt, with the number 1 observation is being less belly bloat and less belly fat. Do you want that? Then you got to watch your sugar, and you got to eat less out of a box, get rid of all of the processed foods in your pantry, and start eating whole God-made foods to help you with reducing that belly fat. Again, having a right balance of protein, carbs, fats, and fiber is going to be how you can reduce sugar. And again, today I just want to highlight 3 steps. So move, combination of cardio and strength, meal, reduce processed food and sugar from your diet. And number 3, super important, M for reducing your belly fat, is managing your stress. Ladies, how stressed are you today? If you're stressed at all, 0 to 10, if you're stressed at all, drop stressed in the comments, because most women are very stressed. And if you are under a chronic amount of stress, long, over a period of time, low level of stress over a period of time, you are going to struggle with belly fat, lots of stress coming in. And this is the hardest one to manage because stress is like the elephant in the room. You don't see it, but it's there. And so for a lot of you, and I come from a family of doctors, and a lot of them don't even agree that stress can connect with your weight gain, but the research is consistent. When you have elevated chronic stress in your life, like the kind of stress we live under in today's world, you are going to have an elevated amount of cortisol, which is the stress hormone in your body, which is going to then lead to depositing fat around your midsection, because that's the body's method of protecting you when it senses elevated stress. And so it's being aware of your stress levels is really important. It is not about being in denial and saying that you're stressed isn't a problem. It's when you're aware that you're stressed, you need to work on strategies to manage your stress. And the strategy to manage stress for a lot of women is eating. And a lot of you tell me that you struggle with emotional eating. And so, and if, again, that doesn't, that can look very different. Emotional eating can go from extreme binging to just really overeating in that 4 to 7 p.m. hour of the day. And if you struggle at all with emotional eating, I would love for you to share that in the comment. Just put emotional eating. Because again, when we are stressed, we often run to food. And here's the reminder, ladies, food will never help you manage stress. Food and using food to soothe your emotions is going to create more stress because your body is going to struggle. Emotional eating is always going to peek its head out because it's so easy to run to food because as our stress is high, our cortisol levels are high, which messes with our blood sugar levels, which message with our hunger cues and our insulin levels. And we then grab processed sugary foods. You can see the thread that is connected in between all these. And so you need to ask yourself, what are ways to manage stress outside of eating? And there are many ways. Moving your body can help you manage stress. Journaling can help you manage stress. Breathing can help you manage stress. Inviting God into your stress can help you manage stress. There are so many ways, but it takes a lot of time to learn how to change the way we think about stress, to change the way that we feel about stress, to change the way that we act when we're under stress. And physiologically, if you're not moving and if you're not fueling your body properly, the stress in your life is going to trump the other two and create more belly fat because of the way you're responding. So there's such a connection. And so the 3 steps: move your body, combination of cardio and core, eliminate, reduce processed foods and sugar, and identify your stressors, your stress levels, and establish great ways to manage your stress that should not involve emotional eating, because food will never help you solve your stress, but God will, and community will, and coaching will, and we can help you. And stress is real. And our goal with our clients is to help you win with your weight loss and wellness, no matter the stress you're going through. Most of life is stressful, my friends. The goal in eliminating belly fat is not eliminating stress, but establishing stress management strategies that are going to help you win and get lasting change. So if you're ready to start practicing, drop ready in the comments. That'll tell me that you're going to take these 3 steps and you're going to start trying to implement them into your life. Again, we are here to serve you at any level, but at some point, taking the next step in your investing in your health is really important to help you move the needle on your wellness and lose weight, grow in faith, health, and wellness, and shrink your belly fat. So that is our training today. I will be reaching out to you after this training, and I always want to know how you're doing, how you're going to implement what you're hearing, and make sure you are getting the support that you need so you can lose weight, shrink belly fat, win with your wellness. Thank you for joining me today. Invite your friends into this group if you feel this would be helpful for them, and message me anytime. That's the best way to reach me. Always good to be with you. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, ladies.